UFC 306, the Noche UFC, brought to you by Rianti. So many things going on there. Listen, Dana White is none too happy with Merab Dvalishvili, and Sean O'Malley isn't too happy with the UFC's promotion strategy. So let's cover that. Let's start with the clip of White fielding a question after last week's Dana White Contender Series. It's also on MMA Junkie's YouTube. You can check it out. He was asked about the Machine's latest social media post. Let's go to that.
Merab's cut. What do you know about Merab's cutting? Can you make any?
The whole world knows about Merab's cut. He posted it. I mean, I don't. Our guys are so dumb. It's next level, unbelievable. It's all the stuff that I talk about boxing. What I will give boxing is when something happens in a camp, man. Let me tell you what. It does not leak. You know, our guys can't fucking wait to throw it up on social media. It's a small cut. It's no big deal, but obviously needed to be posted.
Against a guy like O'Malley, who's a sharpshooter and who's a very accurate puncher, now all of a sudden there's a big target for him.
And why the fuck would you want him to know that? Yeah. It is next level stupid. Some of these guys are so stupid, it's mind-boggling. It's unbelievable.
Beastman in the chat says Dana White is 100% right about that. Do you guys agree? We'll start with Mike. What did you think of is Merab just out there putting it out there? Maybe could that come back and bite him in the ass? Because you got a commission issue as well where they look into it and what they can deem, is appropriate recovery from a cut like that or not. And then the other thing is now the opponent knows where to target.
Yeah, I think that has probably the most to do with it. And if you heard an answer from Dana later in the scrum where he got asked, like, is there, a backup or another alternative in case Merab couldn't go for whatever, he was like, please don't even bring that up because they have so much money invested in the production for the show. Like all those crazy commercials that they did, all the graphics, all the things on the outside of the sphere, the inside, to have to redo all that stuff, I would imagine would be millions and millions of dollars lost. So that's probably what first came to his mind when he saw that, like, oh my God, could this fight be in jeopardy? And then for it not to be, it's just like, again, why would you share that? You're giving Sean O'Malley a target. I know Aljamain Sterling kind of came to Merab's defense on social media and was like, this is a guy that documents everything, the goods, the bad, the highs, the lows of his training camp. But it just seems like an opportune time. Like, what are you trying to prove here? Are you getting... we're not applauding him for doing that. Cuts happen, things like this happen in camps all the time, but it's something you probably want to conceal from your opponent, from the commissions, UFC, all that stuff. So maybe Dana could have said it in a little more gracious way, but this is classic Dana White. This is what people love him for better or worse, his, complete bluntness when it comes to things like this. So I can't get mad at him. I don't think it was the brightest thing in the world for Merab to do. We'll see if it backfires on him come fight night. If that cut does get split open, that could be, something he truly regrets, but we'll see what happens there. But yeah, this is one of those ones where I can't really hate on Dana too much for reacting the way that he did.
I gotta agree, man. I was laughing as well. I think Sterling and Merab should just take the L. It probably just what didn't need to be posted. Let me ask Matt Wells this. Michael Bisping was talking to Sean O'Malley, and he seemed a little bitter that the Sphere is the star of Noche UFC. And only recently, are things picking up. He says, I'm the one doing interviews, not the Sphere's not doing any interviews. What are your thoughts on that? We know that O'Malley looks after his own career and he's on top of things like that, Matt. Is he out of line in any way, or does he have a point?
Not really. In my opinion, I don't think he has that much of a point because, yes, the Sphere is obviously the star of this show. The venue, the one of one. It's going to be a one and done at this spectacular venue. We spent millions and millions of dollars to bring you this spectacular show that will never be done again, says Dana White over and over and over and over again. It's almost like we don't care who's on the card at this point. It's all about the Sphere, right? And also, when you consider the fact that Sean is not a Mexican fighter, when you have a Mexican champion fighting on the co-main, who should be in the main event, in Alexa Grasso. I think the promotion is just fine, in my opinion, because Alexa Grasso should have been in this main event. considering the whole celebration of Mexican Independence Day, presented by Riyadh in Las Vegas, sponsored by Bud Light. I don't know. It's all a mess in a lot of ways, but yeah, I don't think Sean has a super strong leg to stand on when he was brought in to headline this card over a Mexican champion on a Mexican themed event.
Yeah, and I've been checking my mail every day because I'm a Mexican. He says it's a love letter to the Mexican people, and I've yet to receive that envelope. So I'm waiting for that letter. Nolan, any final thoughts, man? UFC, the Noche UFC is going to be tremendous, but any thoughts on either one of those two before we bounce?
No, I'm excited for it. I think O'Malley's comments, like, I don't think he's wrong, but I also don't think it's like unique to the situation. You know, like I think sometimes, like we said it recently with even Izzy and Dricus, right? Like it was like, oh, all of a sudden, like this big middleweight fight that, you know, we've been talking about for kind of on and off for the last year is all of a sudden like, oh, it's here, you know? And then we see the promos that week and stuff. So I could understand in general, like some of the, maybe those kind of Izzy level, O'Malley level stars being like, can we have a couple weeks of promotion? Can we have a promo come out at the beginning of the month or 3 weeks before or 4 weeks before or whatever? So I get it. But I also think, like Matt said, I mean, everybody's going to be talking about the Sphere. Like it's the Sphere event. That's what it is. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It is what it is.